brand new blue spruce, and this will be the first one that I plant this year, so it's a special treat. Put this in the bucket for 10-15 seconds and then it's going in the hole. Well, that's all. Anything that's not protected in this area is subject to getting munched on by a deer. So what I'm thinking is create a border with spruce. Do a Norway, then we'll do a white spruce, Black Hill spruce. Man, I do not like grass. Nothing grows good in the grass. How far should the next one be? Let's try like right here. This is something that definitely takes some time, and if you don't have patience, this is not for you. But every time you look back and you see the line of trees that you planted, it's enough inspiration to keep planting the next one. I'm building a little bit of a bowl on each of these, which is kind of like having a tray underneath that collects water that the roots can get to. Sprucing this place up. I think this is another Norway spruce. I believe it is rocky soil. Spruce might be okay with it. We'll see. Yeah, I lost my mind a little while ago, if you haven't noticed. I mean, look what I'm doing. Day one complete, just barely, oh, there's a mosquito in here. Day one complete. You can see I've still got quite a few spruce to do, but the good news is that I've got the trees loaded up into the Ranger for tomorrow and got about 26 done today, which is, you know, good enough. Planting day 2, it is April 20th, the 4th month of the year, the 20th day of the month, 420. That's right, we are planting trees on 420, and it's not quite Earth Day, but it kind of feels like it. I'm just going to go out into the woods. The rain picked up a bit, so I'm just sitting in the Ranger for a second here, and I can see the wind is picking up a little bit now too, and I'm just wondering if maybe I can get one more. Two minutes to sunset. So that's a blue spruce. And I think that's a Black Hill spruce. Norway spruce. Kind of a lime green look to it. All right, well, end of day 2. I think we've done maybe 25 to 30 more plantings today. Only about half of my minimum target. Right now I'm still very tempted to just keep going down this line, but it is going to be dark in about 10 minutes, and so it probably makes more sense for me to pack up and get back out here tomorrow. All right, now I'm done. When I finished planting for the morning session today, I counted that I had 38 spruce left in the back of the Polaris. And I had started with 125 spruce and another 25 pine. So I had 150 and I had 38 left. So I did 112 plants so far. And I also had a friend stop by who was interested in planting some trees as well. Since it makes more sense for me to buy these in bulk because I get better pricing, I don't have any problem with giving away some of the trees. So I gave 20 redwoods, 5 spruce, and a blue spruce to my friend. So ironically, I gave away 26, which is the same number that I planted on the first day. I did a count this morning, early this morning, of the total number of trees. And I probably should have done this before, but the total number really isn't that important. But 639 is how many I ordered. And again, as of this afternoon, I had planted 112. I gave away another 26, so that's 138, I think. And then, just now, I planted 10 over there, plus another 2 on the corner, plus these 4. So that's 16, 1 right there for 17, and 5 in the back, which is 22. So 138 plus 22 is 160. So I've gone through 160 trees of the 639. Oh, when you're out here doing this much planting, everything becomes a bit of a blur. $160 trees. That means we got still 480-ish to plant. And if you're wondering why I'm speaking so slowly, it is because I am very tired. But let's keep going. I just filled up this 5-gallon bucket with a few inches of water. Not a ton of water. But I'm doing that because I need to make sure that the plants that don't get in the ground within the next couple days are not going to dry out. I kind of hope there's no holes in the bottom of this bag. Alright, so it's Earth Day and it is day 4 of planting trees. I just loaded up the Ranger here, and I think we have a total of 26 and 26 in each of these, but they have mixed spruce and whatnot. And then I added this whole bucket of pines, and these are the black spruce. They're actually just pretty small, only 5 to 10 inches. I decided to throw in a batch of the redwood, so we got about 25 redwood right here. At the end of the day yesterday, I think we got through maybe like 100 and we'll say 65 total. And that's out of a total of 639 trees. So as you can tell, we still have a lot to do, but I'm hoping to get over 200 complete today and just keep going for the rest of the week. You know, just thinking about Earth Day in general, there's really not enough people that are out there really trying to improve the environment. So if you are out there doing this, I salute you, and let's make it a good one. Just put down maybe 30 trees, mix of redwoods and Norway Spruce. So it feels good to have that done. And I have a few I wanted to do up here along this wall. I'm gonna get these in the ground real quick. This might be the first Earth Day where I feel I'm actually celebrating Earth Day for what it is. So I got blue flags this year to indicate that these are the second year plantings, and right there we had a tree fall and crush. This one from the first year, it's unclear if that's going to come back, so I might as well just double up there. And then this one right here, I figured I'd very easily step on while working with some of the stuff that I have to clean up. So that's what inspired me to start putting these flags down. I don't really need to put these for all the evergreens where I know that it's an evergreen that I planted, but these really help with the deciduous trees after they lose their leaves. You know, at just a foot or two, it's pretty hard to see those.
Alright, so this is my circle of evergreens, and no, I'm not going to worship anything or slaughter anything or anything like that. Just having a little fun on Earth Day. So it's sort of a natural roundabout, if you will. And the reason why I tossed all that bark in the middle is because the grass is going to attempt to drink the water, so it's gonna kind of eat some resources from the evergreens, and there's gonna be more weeds that'll just keep popping up in there. And then also it would be really difficult to mow or maintain. I probably should also put some boards around the outside here so that like the grass will grow up from the front, and I might be able to hit that with a mower, but I don't want to get too close to these. So anyways, that's the circle of evergreens that I just invented. So this stuff right here, this is Japanese barberry, and you can tell because if you look closely, there's very, very sharp, I don't know what we call them, spikes or barbs, I guess, because it is barberry. Right now, this one actually has a little bit more berries than it does barbs. The deer behind me. It is invasive. The deer don't eat it. It hurts, and it's spreading. So I think I'll have a day where I just take out all of the barberry, come around with the right tools, and prioritize that. Could probably do some more up there. Out to the back, very back wall. I'm going to try to see if we can get 25 jack pine and maybe 8 Austrian pine planted. good thing this is yellow, because otherwise I think people might think I'm walking around with like a ray gun. Check 33 off the list. All right, so this one's kind of an interesting planting I just did. Decided to put a redwood in these rotted out logs, but these logs have been here for a while now. They're definitely falling apart. They're pretty easy to drill through, and just decided to put her right in there. Look what I just found. These do naturally fall off, and I think they're like maybe pure calcium. I know dogs would love to have a bite of this. It is day 6 of planting trees. It is day 7 since I started planting. I think it's day 9 since the packages of trees arrived. It's probably day 12 since they were shipped, which means it's probably day 14 since they've been out of the ground. What I was thinking about mostly for this morning was the paper birch and sycamore. Doing a little bit of research on sycamore. They say they're kind of fast growing. They might grow up to 2 feet a year. And I also think sycamore will do best in an open space with a lot of light. That's what I got going on for this morning. And then I did order some topsoil. I do think that my pawpaw and my persimmon would do best if I just put them in pots for right now until they come out of dormancy, and maybe for the entire season. I don't really have a good spot for them to go. I just finished my 3rd section of birch. I tried to do a little bit of a W pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Instead of marking out all 8, I'm just going to mark the corners. I did 2 birch sections earlier down by the log pile like this. I kind of envisioned seeing birch trees rise up above it and adding a nice screen, and it would just look really cool. So decided to do the same thing here. When you drive up, you would see redwoods and evergreens on your right. You see the birch on the left. As of this morning, we now have all of the paper birch planted, so that's 25. I did 3 sycamore in various locations, and then I did 7 redwood. So we did 35 this morning. So I feel really good about that. And I say this morning, but it's actually mid-afternoon, and I have to take a short break now, and then I'm gonna come back out and try to do hopefully another 35. So here we go. All right, so I'm back from my break, and during my break, a couple delivery trucks showed up, dropped off some topsoil in bags, and I got some plant pots. It's called Garden Magic. One of the reviews said something like, it's great, except I don't like the mushrooms that come out of it. And I was thinking, no, that's what you want. You want healthy soil. And if mushrooms are growing out of it, it's just a sign that the soil is healthy. So that's actually what made me buy it. Those are 1 gallons. And then I also got these pots that, are shaped a little differently, and that's so that you can put plants with a taproot in them. I'm gonna do this for Pawpaw, which I've got right here. So we got 25 right here, and then we have our common persimmon, and it says there's 25 of these. These are a little bit bigger, but I think they'll still fit. If not, whatever. These are bristlecone pines. Got a 5 gallon right here. Some cedar, some red cedar right here. I'll set that aside for now. This is like a cooking show. Never thought I was gonna be on a cooking show. I guess I'm not, right? So it's good. 4 of these 40-pound bags were delivered to my door. It was expensive, and I think it's probably too expensive. It cost $100, so it's 25 bucks a bag. I want to see how many 1-gallon pots I get out of this. If I can get at least 50 pots done with these 4 bags, then it's $2 per pot. My plants cost something on average like $4 per pot, so it'd be about a $6 plant in cost. That includes shipping as well. So let's say that I pot up 100 of these, cost me 600 bucks in time, and then I sell them for 50 bucks a pop later. That's a pretty good margin. Anyways, grand reveal. All right, so first thoughts here is this is like real dark. This looks really good. It's 7:37 and the sunset starts at 7:38, so we finished just in the nick of time. We had 4 bags of soil, we did 44 plants, 11 plants per bag, and I feel pretty good about that number because I did 35 this morning. So 44 plus 35 is 79, I think, so that feels pretty good for day 6 of planting. Come here, persimmons. Pawpaw? Where'd I put my persimmon? Here they are. Right in front of me. I've got this stretch in front of me that is usually filled with invasive bleeding heart, as you can see here, and then roses. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we have like 6 rose bushes. I think it would be nice to have a persimmon tree in each of these kind of blank spaces here. We are going to pick out 3 persimmon to do here. And I was just thinking it might be good to do some of the bigger ones because the smaller ones will be a little easier to grow in the pots. So we'll go with these 3. Got some orange-ish roots. Those are bleeding heart roots, and that stuff just pops up like an invasive weed that it is. It does look interesting, I'll give it that, but once you see too much of anything, not as interesting. So that's one. This guy's gonna go right here. Enjoy your life, Mr. Persimmon. Or Mrs. Persimmon, or Ms. Alright, sort of crack. That's never good. I do like this ground cover. It does kind of spread, but it's easy to deal with. Comes out in bunches. Let's do our pawpaw. We can just move our ground cover like that. These are the 3 pawpaw. Well, this is kind of right in front of my garden, but these aren't going to grow so big that they're going to block sun, I would say. At least I highly doubt that'll happen. I think that'll only happen if I'm lucky. In she goes, and the third pawpaw is coming up. Tiny little patch of sun. That's where the pawpaw is going, and they do like shade in the first few years, from what I hear. 6 trees complete. Not as good as yesterday, but it's a start. So I just did another 30. So 17 sugar maples here, 5 of the bristlecone pine, and then a few of the tall containers over there. Two sugar maples, that and this. I think this is probably the only tree so far that I'm a little disappointed with. So this has got to be the smallest tree that I ordered. They're supposed to be about 6 inches to a foot. I'd have to say this one's really pushing it. And I have these 4-inch pots that I usually up-pot my garden, like peppers and tomatoes, into after a few weeks. So it's looking like we're just going with one of these, and I'm gonna make a little stick with a flag on it. This will be more fun to give it a little stick flag. Most of the trees are really impressive, and I wouldn't change a thing about this order. But, well, actually, maybe I would order a few less next time. I don't know, like 100 less might be nice. Still counts as one out of the 639 trees I have. All right, it's time to find the big container for the Norway spruce. Oh, it's hard to navigate. A weird bucket. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Huh. So it came with a tray, which I did not realize. Oh well. Well, it is just after 7. The sun is gonna go down in 20 minutes. Tomorrow, my plan is to get out here and hopefully do 2 sessions of planting and then I'll be almost done actually, which seems crazy at this point to think about. Tomorrow I should have more of those taproot containers showing up. I think I ordered 100 of them. They're not really expensive. They're like 20 bucks for 50. So it's really not a bad deal considering the end product here and the price. So what I have in here, we have only 6 pawpaw and 6 persimmon left. So that's 12. We have American elm, which I really haven't touched too much. They are probably candidates for the taproot uppotting. We have black spruce, and I do think these will also go into the taproot containers. The redwoods, I have no problem putting pretty much anywhere. Sycamores are going to be a little bit more of a challenge. And then the bald cypress. And there's only 2 of these spruce left, and that just leaves the pines. If tomorrow I can go out and take care of the majority of those, that would be great. And then in the afternoon, do a bunch of uppotting with this bucket here. And then that'll just leave the pines for, I don't know, Sunday. Sundays for the pines. Thanks for watching, and we'll get it done. certainly feeling the effects of planting hundreds of trees, and one thing that I do forget every time I get into a big project is the physical wear and tear on my body. It's starting to feel like I need a few days to just sit inside and edit videos. All right, so we got under 50. If you see me smiling, it's because the end is near. This is the easy part, how to build a plant nursery in 2 weeks. Almost forgot about this one over here. All right, so that's all for this side. I have a few plants to do over there. Let's go tackle those real quick. Would that be it? I was really hoping that we would get kind of a semi-torrential rain, but now that it's been over a week since I started planting and we really haven't gotten a serious rain, I think I'm gonna have to go around and water things in. So I think it probably makes sense to turn the irrigation on today. Cue the parade. Time to fire up the pump. I don't know what his deal is. Well, she's leaking. Swoopy. I haven't washed these pants since I started this. So, yeah, that's a thing. I'm back out here and I'm gonna just continue the hose line. So I think what I'll probably do is grab a hose and connect it here and then just water this section. These are all the birch I just planted a couple days ago, and they're already taking off. So one of the tough things about watering this way is having to always drag this hose around. The longer the hose, the more difficult it is to move. So here's a nice redwood that I planted last year. So it's time to take care of the next connection point. That is the barred owl. Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you? So I was about to wrap up for the day, and then I just decided to come back and check, and I realized I missed this stretch right here, just these 5. So I'm exhausted, but gonna just turn that on. And then actually there's a couple of cedars over there that if I don't get them any water, it's probably gonna be a problem. So I think I've got a 5-gallon bucket that I can use. Alright, so this thing's got a crack at the bottoms, so we'll see if we can fill it fast enough to water those plants. All right, when I'm doing stuff like that, you know it's been a pretty long day and it's probably time to stop. So I lied. I need to water the circle of trees. Now I'm done for the day. So this bucket right here is everything we have left for the trees, and this pack right here is 1 pack of jack pine. So this is 25 jack pines right here, and the rest of this is another 24, 25. So we have about 6 redwoods, we have 5 of the sycamore, so that's 11, plus this is 12. And then I have another 12 or 13 scattered jack pine and Austrian pine in there. I think just the Austrian pines are a little bigger. So like this one's probably an Austrian pine, but I'll figure that out later. So I've got a plan that doesn't require thinking, which is the best part. I can just go ahead and pot all of those. It's 1:07 right now. I only have until 2 o'clock, so I have to make the best use of the next 45 minutes. So let's do this fast. So today is Thursday. That means that I'm too tired to think. Take a look. This is all I have left. 3 sycamore and some evergreens, some Scotch pine. There's 18 of these left and 3, so we're down to 21. From 639 down to 21 in under 2 weeks, or about 2 weeks, is pretty good. I could go ahead and put all these Scotch pines into containers. That would be technically a way that I could kind of say I'm done, but I might just hold on to these in the bucket because they actually seem like they're doing okay, just hanging out in the water here. I'm trying to find a good spot for these 3 sycamore. We have a pretty decent sized storm system coming in, so I just want to get these 3 trees in the ground. So now we're racing against the clock of time. I'm so tired that I'm having trouble just even thinking about planting 3 trees, but that's what we have to do. We're just gonna go ahead and take our trees and our shovel and our drill, and we're gonna get this done. It's a celebration, guys. It's a celebration of trees. The trees bring the rain, I'll tell you that. gonna do sycamore number 3, then we're gonna do mambo number 5. No, we won't. I promise we won't. We've officially planted over 600 trees. We just did the last 3 sycamores. We've done all of the hardwood trees. So thank you so much for watching me on this journey. Please subscribe to the channel so you can see more updates on these trees and more cool stuff. And if you haven't liked the video, like this one and watch every other one. Thanks for watching, guys. If you watched this far, I do really appreciate it, and if you could go ahead and tap the like button, I would appreciate that as well. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It helps the channel grow and gets the word out to plant some trees. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.